Hi, I'm Nick Stevens, President of the Justice Marie L. Garibaldi American Inn of Court for Alternative Dispute Resolution, or ADR. The Garibaldi Inn is a chapter of the American Inns of Court, a national organization that promotes professionalism, civility, education, and mentoring in the legal community. The Garibaldi Inn was founded in 1998. This video is part of the celebration of our 20th anniversary. We were the first inn in the nation devoted exclusively to ADR, and until very recently, we were the only one. Marie L. Garibaldi was the first female justice of the New Jersey Supreme Court. She also was one of the first proponents of integrating ADR in our legal system, and she was successful. Our inn continues to promote her mission. So, welcome to our video. In it, you will see and hear from the American Inn's Regional Director of Chapter Relations, as well as founders and other prominent members of the Garibaldi Inn. Thank you for joining us in our celebration.
Terry Trantina, Judge John Harper, and I were at a dispute resolution meeting of the State Bar Association and started talking in the back of the room about why we should not consider an Inn of Court for alternative dispute resolution.
We said, what about an Inn of Court for ADR? We all just sort of blurted that out simultaneously. And that's the genesis, the big bang of ADR Inn of Court. Bob, who knew Hal Braff, who was very big at the Inn, he was on the board nationally, and he said, I'll talk to Hal.
This was totally revolutionary, because all the inns were more or less on a traditional master-pupil model against a background substantively of trial practice or bankruptcy or transactional work or workers' comp. This would be a new idea.
I work with roughly 75 Inns of Court in the Northeast, and it is rare that I find a leadership team that is as engaged, as enthusiastic, as involved in creating a great experience for its members as the leadership team of the Garibaldi Inn.
The Garibaldi Inn had the core people who've actually changed the culture, the legal culture in New Jersey.
I think the inn has played a large part in the educating of the bar and really the evolution of the field to what it is today.
The Inn of Court taught us the importance of being collegial, civil, professional, and of course, mindful of ethics.
It serves an important function of spreading the word about not only mediation, but arbitration and other forms of what we call complementary dispute resolution and other people call alternative dispute resolution.
I do think it is a voice now for the movement for civility in the courts and in the context of arbitration and mediation. And just the profession itself, the legal profession.
Bob Margulies and Rick Steen from our inn, I think, have been involved in almost all the major trainings for mediators since the inn was formed.
Right about the time the inn was formed in the late 90s, the court embarked on the presumptive pilot program. It was a pilot program initially for referring civil disputes to mediation.
We designed the state court pilot program for mediation, and then we decided we had to have a cadre, so we designed courses to teach mediation, and we understood that you had to change the cultures.
In thinking about the benefits that the Garibaldi Inn has brought to ADR practice in New Jersey, one of them has been to be able to communicate, provide some expert background, if not testimony, to the Supreme Court, which is the body that makes the rules governing mediation in New Jersey.
I have seen a transformation by viewing it from the court's point of view on the Supreme Court committees, because we've now educated not only lawyers but the judges, and that transformation has been really important in the reception by the courts in utilizing in a formal way these modalities.
We have contributed even to the statutory law in New Jersey by a new statute that permits consent awards in international arbitration. I think that's going to be a very important future for New Jersey and for New Jersey neutrals and practitioners.
And this law allows mediation settlement agreements in an international nexus to be converted to awards pursuant to an international treaty. And a lot of this would not have happened without the great mentorship and talent of the Inns.
One of the geniuses of the Inn of Court movement in this country is mentoring.
I saw the Inn as a way to really get involved with an organization that had a primary focus on educating attorneys about how to practice in mediations and arbitrations, and also people who wanted to be neutrals, bringing the knowledge and advice to them in terms of how to go about doing that.
It is one of the best opportunities for practitioners, and particularly people who are new to the practice, to have one-on-one time with judges with whom they otherwise would have no relationship at all.
I thought it was important that I should help pass along the traditions of professionalism, and so through my bar association, through the Inn of Court, and wherever else I could help spread the word.
On an annual basis, the Garibaldi Inn gives an award called the J. Dell Award, and that was created to honor Richard K. J. Dell, who was a founding member of the Inn 20 years ago.
Richard was very well liked. He died way too early. And in his memory, an award was established to acknowledge a member of our community who was representative of professionalism, ethics, civility, and service to the ADR community.
And had an award, named an award after him, and I was fortunate to receive it this year. And he was a great inspiration to me in terms of what you can achieve in the practice.
I think it's important, and I think the Garibaldi Inn helps us realize that principles of civility and professionalism in the context of, if you will, non-jury or non-judicial dispositions are very important.
The Garibaldi Inn is somewhat unique among the groups because we have basically only advanced programming, high level, great programming.
Because its members tend to be more experienced and are less involved in the basic practice of law, the programs tend to be much more sophisticated and focused on the higher level issues where there is an intersection between the standard practice of law and ADR.
I think that the quality of the programming is first rate. The practitioners and the professors and the leading lights in this area of practice who come in are phenomenal.
And you sit and you listen to all this going on, and you realize, wow, that tomorrow the next time I get into a mediation, I'm going to try this. These are insights and perceptions, not only that I don't think I could have gotten in another forum, but the fact that I got them through friendships, through comedy, through discourse that is respectful, makes it all the more important to me.
We learned that our inn, in fact, qualified for platinum status if we just let National know exactly what we were doing, what we were accomplishing in terms of outreach, programming, mentoring, community involvement. And we applied initially for the platinum status, and we got it on our first try.
The Inn has received the award, I believe, 4 times in a row, and it continues to grow as an effective Inn of Court and as a model for other Inns of Court.
It has provided friendship. It has provided collegiality. It has expanded my depth of knowledge, both from a practical point of view and also in terms of the people that I now call my friends and colleagues.
Not only was the inn inspired by the first woman Justice of the Supreme Court of New Jersey. But it has been a welcoming forum for women and people of minority backgrounds and ethnic backgrounds and every background. And I hope we continue to expand our commitment to diversity. And I know we are working on that, so I have faith in that.
I would like to see us find a way somehow or other to get these younger attorneys to join in our inn and participate in its programs. One, so they can see us, those of us who are senior and have been in the business, and learn a little bit more about what makes us tick and what our goals are, but also to learn what's expected of them in the arbitration and mediation process, not only in terms of civility and professionalism, but in terms of the mechanics of those particular proceedings.
I think the role of the Garibaldi Inn is to continue to build ADR as a cultural phenomenon in the law practice.